Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hi, how's everyone going? How's everyone doing? So I'm back. I'm finally back. I have been away for almost 2 weeks now. I'm going to try not to let that happen again, but as some of you know who follow me on Instagram and who follow me on my social medias, you know that I had 3 jobs the last month and I was swamped. I had about an hour in between each job to do stuff, so I didn't have time. I just didn't have time, and the time I did come home, I was done. I was tired, I was done. But I'm back, and I'm not going to be missing a week here for a bit. I hope that I'm able just to pump them out and just have them going and going and going, and I'm super excited. So for you guys who are new here, hi, my name is MacLean, and I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday for you, except for the last 2 weeks, for true crime and makeup. So if you love true crime, and you love makeup, I think this is the perfect channel for you. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. And today we got ourselves a good one. We got ourselves the perfect one. We have ourselves, it's not a perfect one because it's a story about somebody getting murdered. So I don't know how great that is. But today we're talking about the Richardson family in Medicine Hat. All right, so I'm just going to jump straight in. And just for anyone that is new here who doesn't know, I just dropped my brush. I put all my products that I'm using down below because I feel like it would take forever for me to show you each individual product. So that's what I'm going to do, just in case you guys don't know. So we're just going to jump right into the Richardson family. So the Richardson family and this story is based out of, Medicine Hat in Canada, which is in Alberta, if you guys don't know. It's just a little suburb town, very small. Kind of just like your typical, just a typical small town, nothing too big. It's not a city of anything, it's just a little town. So the Richardson family was a very tight-knit family, very close. There was the dad, Mark. Then there was the mother, Deborah. The son, who was about 8 years old when this story took place. His name was Jacob. And the daughter's name was Jasmine, and she was 12 years old at the time. So Jasmine, this story mostly based around Jasmine, if you don't already know it. Jasmine, she kind of went to an all-girl, it sounded like an all-girl Catholic school, so very, you know, wear this, do this. When I think of a Catholic school, I think of, an all-girls Catholic school, I think of like wearing the little outfits and everything like that. So that's what I thought of. So people would describe Jasmine as just the average girl. She was a really good kid, like rule follower, never broke the rules, just was known as, I hope you guys probably heard those sneezes, that's my husband. But she was known as just a good kid, like nothing to blame. You couldn't really like fault her. She just grew up as a good kid. I wonder if I could say that a couple more times, eh? So Jasmine was approaching the age of 13. And like everyone knows, once you get to be a teen, things go downhill. They start back-talking. They start not listening. They think they know more. They're teenagers. They can do whatever they want. That's just how that's usually how teenagers are. So Jasmine was approaching the age of 13, and the family started noticing Jasmine was changing. She started dressing different. She started talking back. Her actions were a little bit different. She started staying away from the family. Like, I know when I was younger, I just kind of like stayed in my bedroom. Didn't really come out much, but that was because I had no friends and I was a loner, but I still am. I'm just kidding. But so yeah, so she just kind of, they just noticed that she was acting different. She was like talking back. She was dressing different. She wasn't as involved as she used to be with the family, just kind of distancing herself, which is like the average 13-year-old thing to do. So even her friends in high school, they called her like a rule follower. And they also stated that they noticed that Jasmine started dressing different and started acting different. And she used to love to wear pink, was like her favorite thing in the world to wear was pink. And she stopped wearing that and she started wearing black constantly, just just black clothes. She started wearing that thick eyeliner, the black eyeliner underneath here, fishnet stockings, heavy. She started listening to punk rock, which is obviously the devil's music. And she just started rebelling against everyone. She was getting in trouble a lot at school at this stage just because it's a Catholic school and what she was wearing wasn't under dress code. So she wasn't getting in trouble in the sense that she was a bad kid and was failing school. She was still doing very, very well in school, but she just wasn't listening. She was giving the teacher sass. So she was in the principal's office quite a bit because of this. And even the teacher started noticing and telling the parents, like, hey, is there something going on at home? What's the deal with Jasmine? Why is she acting this way? Which is, it is concerning, right? If you're a teacher and you know this kid and she's been nothing but a great kid, and now all of a sudden she's acting out and she's being rebellious, then yeah, you're going to be like, excuse me. So one night, her parents decided that they were going to take her to a concert. So her parents, they did everything right. Like, when I was reading about them, I was like, these guys did everything they possibly could to make sure that they kept their daughter safe. And that's all they wanted. So they went with her to this concert. I can't get the exact concert. I don't know what it was. I kept looking for it, but I just could not find it. So they went to this concert with her. So Jasmine at this point is at the concert and she is vibing, listening to whatever music she listens to at this punk rock concert. And she notices this guy over yonder. And he notices her. They make eye contact and they're like, she's like, ooh, who's this gentleman? And she likes him, you know. He's giving off the vibe. He's doing his thing. And he approaches her and starts talking to her. And his name is Jeremy. So her and Jeremy really hit it off. And she's like, this is the one. I'm 12 years old. And he's, get this, 23 years old. So this guy has no right to be talking to a minor. But he's great. So let me tell you a little bit about Jeremy, just so you can get a backstory about how great this guy is. He is 23. Did I say 21? He's 23 years old, so he's a decade older than her. Unemployed, no job, and he's a high school dropout. He lives in a shady area where there's drugs and violence, so, and he's a catch, right? But what really drew Jasmine to him was, first of all, it's an older guy showing her a little bit of attention, which I know a lot of females would probably really, like, if a guy showing you, when you're an adolescent, teenager, you have the dumbest brain. You just think that you know best, that nothing can happen, and you're resilient, when in real life, that's not the case. You're not resilient. You're not Wonder Woman. You can get hurt really quick. But Jasmine was like, this older guy is showing me a little bit of attention, and I really enjoy that. And what really turned her on was full goth. He was a full goth emo kid. He had the eyeliner, the chain attached to the wallet, the black pants. You know, she was like, he is my everything. And she wanted him. And she wanted him. So they exchanged numbers and they kept communicating. I don't know where the parents were at this time when this 23-year-old came up and was like, hey, baby, can I have your number? And she's like, yeah. And they were at the club or wherever they were, so they knew that she was doing this. So after she gave Jeremy her number, they started talking, and she would hang out with him secretly. So she would tell her family that, oh, I'm going to go over to Jessica's. I don't know if Jessica was her friend, it's just a name I use. And we're going to hang out and we're going to study. And the family's like, yeah, no problem, right? So, but she was actually going to go see Jeremy, who was obviously a catch, a great guy. So she would go see him, and the days that she couldn't see him, she would talk to him on, like, I think it was MySpace, Nexopia, all that cool stuff. because it was 2006, so technology was just coming out. Like, it wasn't just coming out, but like all those social medias were just coming out. So she was talking on MySpace, Netflix, and then there was like vampirefreaks.com. She started to join, and yeah, that was a different website. So I'll get into this website in a second. But so Jeremy, she loved him. She was like, this is my everything. And she's like, he's the one for me. I'm going to grab this and hope none of these fall. It's like Jenga. Boom. So she's like, Jeremy's my everything. I love him. Na 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 na. So Jeremy was like, he would wear this vial around his neck and it had blood in it. And Jeremy would tell her, like, I need this blood to stay alive. Like, I love the taste of blood and I need it to live. And Jasmine was like, why? Why do you need this to live? Are you a vampire? And he's like, no, sweetie. I don't think he probably said it that way, but he's like, no, even better. He told her, this guy needs help, that he was a 300-year-old werewolf and he needed blood to live. A 300-year-old werewolf. And she's like, 300-year-old werewolf, unemployed, loves dating minors, sign me up. This is the man for me. So after a couple of months of them dating, Jasmine, she's obsessed with this 300-year-old werewolf, unemployed, high school dropout man that she's going to spend the rest of her life with. And if she's lucky, maybe he'll turn her into a werewolf. Who knows? But so at this point, they've been dating in secrecy for quite a few months now. And Jasmine is head over heels. She is in love with this guy. She thinks he is the sun and the moon. Like, she's like, he's the one for me. So, which is kind of like really sad because this guy's preying on somebody who's vulnerable. I got this new eyeshadow primer, and I just ignored it. I was like, I'm good. So she's obsessed with him. She's full on goth now. She's wearing fishnets, black clothing. She's even drawing like upside down crosses and pentagrams on her head. She's going to school like that. And at this point, her friends are even saying like, they're scared of her. They're like, she's not somebody they want to be around. And Jasmine said that she enjoyed scaring people because it made her feel like she was in power, that she was like, she was just in control. And it was the only time that she was kind of in control of her life was when she was scaring people, I guess. So now Jeremy she's infatuated with Jeremy. She's obsessed with him. She's in love with him. And she's just like, she's happy. So they're talking now. I'm going to get back to that beautiful Vampire Freaks website. So it's kind of like the exact same thing as MySpace, where you can like send each other videos, emails, photos, or whatever you want and chat with people. But it's strictly for the people who are vampires. So only vampires can get on it, which I don't understand because Jeremy's not even a vampire. He is a werewolf. So before, when Jasmine had her MySpace before she met Jeremy, her, like, when you can, like, have a little bio, her idols was her mom and dad and her family. Now her idols are, like, Marilyn Manson and Jeffrey Dahmer. So, like, get better idols. You don't want a serial killer as somebody that you idolize. Choose like Obama or, I don't know. I can't even think of somebody else, but just don't choose Jeffrey Dahmer, you know? Choose anyone else. So her idol was Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know why he's the serial killer of choice, but she picked him and was like, he's my favorite guy. She also had a bio of things she was into, which was like Wickeds, vampires, music. She liked Chris Angel. That's a red flag. If I see my child liking Chris Angel, no one likes Chris Angel. So, red flag there. She liked Chris Angel. She was all into kinky stuff. And same with Jeremy. Jeremy had the same thing, liking Chris Angel, kinky stuff, all that fun stuff. So, that was kind of like the Vampire Freak website. Just like MySpace, but only for vampires. So at this point, she's spending tons of time on her computer and doing with all this stuff. And her parents are getting a little bit worried. They're like, she's spending a lot of time on the computer. So while she was gone, I don't know if she was at school or where she was with friends, they creeped onto her laptop and noticed that she was talking to Jeremy quite a bit and that she was in love with this guy and all that fun stuff. So they put an end to that. They were like, no, 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 no. When she got home, she came home and they said, no, you can't see this guy. He is 23 and thinks he's a werewolf. Like, I would do the same. Be like, no, thank you. And you're not allowed to see this guy anymore. So this just put a rift in everything. Jasmine was not having it. She hated her family. She really did not want anything to do with them anymore because she wasn't allowed to see her werewolf king or whatever he is. And she just resented her family for this. And like, you know how teenagers are. They're like, they're going to do whatever they want. They think that they're smarter than you and they can get away with things. So that's what Jasmine kind of did. She was like, you know what? I don't even care. They kind of put her on house arrest. She wasn't allowed to go anywhere. She wasn't allowed to see anyone because they couldn't trust her sticking to just going to a friend's house. They thought maybe she was going to go see the boy, the werewolf king, Jeremy. So at this point, she is pissed off. She is really mad. She's still rebelling. She doesn't want anything to do with her parents, all that. So she's still talking to Jeremy just on line now. She hasn't been able to see him. And this is where she proposes that they get rid of the problem. So she quotes, "I have this plan. It begins with me killing them and ends with me living with you," which sounds suspicious, if you ask me. Doesn't sound like she's really in. Who is she trying to kill? We all know she's trying to kill her parents, but it sounds sketchy in my opinion. So then Jeremy writes back, "Their throats I would like to slit. They will regret the shit that they have done." And that's how they're talking. So she is the one who proposed to kill the parents. Remember that, because when trial time comes, it's a different story. These emails would keep going back and forth. She would just state how much she hates her family, how she just wants them gone, how they're the reason why they can't be together is because her family won't let them. And she just kind of keeps stating how she just wants them gone. And Jeremy would write back some more things, that their blood will be his payment for all the stuff that they have done to them, not letting them be together, all that fun stuff. So now it is April 23rd, 2006. It is in a suburban area. It's nice and quiet, nighttime. Everyone's trying to go to bed. Nothing too crazy going on. So everyone's getting ready to go to bed or is in bed, except for Deborah. She hears something going on downstairs. So Deborah hears it and she's like, I'm going to go check this out. So she turns on the light, and when she turns on the light, she is introduced with a man wearing all black. And he has a knife. So Deborah starts to scream, and she starts to scream, and poor Deborah, she got stabbed 27 times by this intruder. And she's screaming as the intruder is stabbing her. And so Mark, the father, he hears this, and he hears the commotion going on downstairs. So he decides that he's going to go see what's going on. Like, he's worried his wife is screaming. So at this time, Mark hears the commotion going downstairs because it woke everybody up. It woke the whole family up. So he hears this noise going on downstairs, and he decides to go down to see what it is. And once he goes downstairs, he sees his wife or his partner on the ground getting stabbed by somebody, like just getting completely annihilated. And I don't know, but that would be really hard to see your partner, your life partner, the person you decide to start a family with, just being stabbed. So while this is happening, he grabs, I guess there's like a tool beside him. So he grabbed the tool and he started to attack the man. Unfortunately, he didn't live through this attack, and he was stabbed 24 times and ended up in his death, in Mark's death. But so right now there's blood everywhere, there's people screaming, there's tons of stuff going on. Both the parents are dead. And remember that there is one more person, or technically two more people in the house, and one of them is Jasmine, which we all know, and the other one is her brother. So Jasmine at this point is in her room pretending that she's asleep, but right beside her room is her little brother's room. So he is in his room and he is scared, obviously. He hears the ruckus going on. He hears his parents getting murdered in the basement. So he has his hands over his ears and he's trying to not hear exactly what's going on. He's scared. So Jasmine goes into this room and guess who comes up the stairs? Her boyfriend who just murdered Jasmine's parents. So he comes waddling up the stairs into the room. So who's going to obviously see that it was her boyfriend is her little brother. So Jeremy comes up and is in the room. And instead of Jasmine being like, you know what we should do? We should not kill Jacob and we should just let him live. But apparently that's not the case. She didn't care. It was her idea to kill Jacob. And her reasoning was because they just killed the parents and she thought Jacob wasn't going to have anyone because she just murdered the parents, and that he does not need to live anymore because his family is dead. So she decided that she should just kill him and that would be it. Plus she wants to live her new life with Jeremy, and like the best life she's going to have is with Jeremy, obviously, not with her family. So she just assumed that she should just kill her little brother. So to get rid of Jacob, because Jasmine thought this would be a great idea, is that she is going to kill him herself. So she stabbed him 5 times and she stabbed him 5 times, so he's probably dead. But just to like have the icing on the cake, she also slit his throat to make sure that he died. So later that night, after everyone was getting ready for bed, the neighbor decided to come over. He was like 6 years old. He came over because he wanted to see if Jacob wanted to come out and play. So he's banging on the door, just, Jacob! And he wasn't hearing anything. So he looked in, and when he looked into the window, all he saw was blood and bodies on the floor. He was like, I feel so bad for this kid. So he runs home instantly. He's like, nah, I'm out. I need to get my parents. Runs home, gets his parents, and his parents come back and they look. And they look in the window, creep in. They see the same thing. Blood, dead bodies, carnage. They don't know what's going on. So they call the cops, and the cops roll up because they're like, it's a small town, right? Well, it's not that small a town, but it's a small town. So this never happens. So the cops get there and it's just carnage. There's blood up and down the walls, there's blood everywhere. It's crazy. Like, I feel bad for the cops. They do see some crazy stuff. So they're trying to figure out and piece this together, what exactly happened. Like, is this a robbery gone wrong? Is this a burglary? Like, was this a murder-suicide? What exactly happened to this family? So then they start looking around and they see like, okay, this is a family. There's 4 of them all together. We're going to have to see if we can find anyone else. So they go upstairs and they see the little boy murdered. So they're like, okay, where's the little girl? Where's the girl in the photos? So they instantly think that she was taken from the burglar, and they call out an Amber Alert because she's missing and they don't know where she went. So since I put my lip liner on before, so since the little boy's the little boy's neck was slit, they said this is personal because I guess with slitting someone's throat, it's more personal than it is not. So within hours of the murders, the cops instantly go down to Jasmine's school and they start looking through her locker to see if they can find any type of evidence about what just happened and who did this. So in the locker, they find a picture, and it's of stick figures and of a house on fire, and like there's like stabs, like it looks like the stick figures killed the people who were in the house, and there's 2 stick figures running away, and it's a pretty graphic stick figure drawing, and then at the top it's like muhahaha. So instantly the cops are like, this is no longer an Amber Alert. Jasmine is now a suspect in this. Look at that. Wow. Jasmine is now a suspect in these murders. So they instantly take the Amber Alert off, and they go looking for this chick. So, whoops. Now they're out looking for Jasmine, and with a couple of hours of them looking for Jasmine, they find her in the next town later. Ugh. And I'm trying something different with my lips. And it looks like I just like got punched in the face, which is okay. But so they instantly are like, Jasmine's the killer, because that little stick figure thing gave everyone the creeps. So, this isn't working. So they showed no remorse whatsoever of what they did, and they even said Jeremy, he even bragged about having a black eye. Whoops, put that on in the wrong area. He even bragged about his black eye and saying that he killed them. See, I can't put eyelashes on while I'm filming. Okay, just give me a second. All right, so this looks crazy right now. I'm trying to do something. It usually doesn't work when I see something online that I try to do. So now it's the trial time. So the whole time in trial, we're going to start with Jasmine. She is showing no remorse whatsoever about what she did. She is like laughing. She's pretty much acting like they're getting out in the next couple hours. Like, this is it. We ain't going to jail forever, is what she's thinking. And in the trial, they brought out a bunch of letters that she's been sending to Jeremy in his area, and how he thinks that... I should cut this down. I'm going to cut these with my lashes. Look at this craziness right here. I'm going to actually not do that. So they brought out all these letters that Jasmine was sending to each other, sending to Jeremy, and how she loves him so much. He's the one for her. She is obsessed with him, that once they get out, they're going to start a beautiful life. They're not going to jail for that long. And the reason why she killed the family and what she said in court was because she loved Jeremy so much and they were in the way of him. So some of these letters that they brought in court were stating, oh my god, I fucked that up so bad. I'm so pissed. So some of these letters that she had in court was stating that she was pretty much getting engaged to Jeremy, how much they loved each other, how the lawyers were calling them legends, and how perfect what they did, how it worked out so well for them, which it didn't. So good old Canada, during the trial, they decided that she is going to get the most, because remember, she's 12 years old, right? So Jeremy is not. So at most she got was 10 years in prison, which is the most that you can get as a juvenile in Canada. And I forget what he got. Like, he got life. He's still in jail to this day with 25 years parole. So she's now out. I don't know exactly where she is. So I know Jasmine, these are my final thoughts about this case now. So I know Jasmine's out now. There's no clearer reports if Jasmine and Jeremy are still together. I do believe they probably are not. So a fun fact about this case is when I was going to school at Mount Royal in Calgary for criminal justice, there was a huge rumor going around that Jasmine got out and she was going to university there when I was in university. No one ever like confirmed or denied this, but yeah, I remember when I heard that, I was like, and they said she was taking criminal justice because she changed her name. She was a youth. They use her a lot because I know she got put in a psychiatric ward, and the whole thing they did there was to rehabilitate her. So when she was out, because she was 12, so she would have been 22 when she got released, and it was to rehabilitate her, so when she got out, she would be not a threat to society, which I guess it worked because we haven't heard about anyone else getting murdered. But this whole case, to me, reflects that how influential a person could be to a young person, and how wrong it is for older people, women or men, to get into a relationship with a younger person and to impact their life so abrupt that they force them to kill their parents. Like I said, a juvenile mind is so, like, you can pull that mind which way or another. Like, it's so impacted by what you say and what you do. And for him to do that, it was mostly his fault, in my opinion. He was like, yeah, sure. I know she said we should kill my family, but in trial she said no. Oh, I didn't say that, which she did. She's lying. She's 12. She don't know what's going on. So in this trial, when she said no, I didn't say that, she did say it. But at the same time, being an adult, when someone says we should kill my family, I'd be like, I don't like you that much. You know, I'm good. I don't feel like going to jail for the rest of my life. Which, he is a 300-year-old werewolf, so he probably could have got away with it if he turned into a werewolf and killed them that way instead of stabbing them. That's what I would have been like, turn into a werewolf and kill my parents. But, so yeah, my final thoughts about this case is, it's a tricky one. I am happy she's out and she's starting a new life. I do believe she's still in Alberta, which is apparently where everyone goes once they get out. We got Vincent Lee, we got Kala Kamoka, and now we got Jasmine. Like, we got all the serial killers. So, yeah, I feel bad for the girl. Like, she was so heavily influenced by this man, and he just suckered her in to kill her family. Like, it's crazy. I feel horrible for her. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys' thoughts are. Do you think that they did the right approach when they sent her away for 10 years but rehabilitated her in a psychiatric ward? Or do you think, like, nah, this chick needs to be watched? Like, let me know down below, okay? Because, like, I want to know. Like, this is a different case. This was a young girl. She was 12 years old. I was in grade 6 when she killed these people. Like, me as, like, in grade 6, I don't know, I'm probably 12 in grade 6. And if I killed someone, I don't think I would know exactly the repercussions of what's going on. She now doesn't have a family, and I'm sure that she feels horrible about that. I do think only getting 10 years for slitting your brother's throat and killing your parents is kind of light, you know? Like, maybe probation for 18 years after that. I don't know. It's just something I would think. But again, thank you guys for coming back to the very first True Crime Tuesday. Thriller Thursday, we're back, yay! And remember to follow my socials and to like and subscribe. And I hope I see you guys here every day on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. There's also a little bell down below. If you guys click that, it will notify you when I post videos. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday.